If you think masturbation is causing you to have erectile dysfunction issues, unreliable erections, or just issues in your sex life, then pay attention because today we're going to talk about that and some solutions you can use right away that are absolutely free. And of course, my name is Brian Ayers, aka Uncle B, and for the last 20 years, I've been the sexual performance coach with African Fly. And really my job is to help you have better health through better sexual health. And one of the issues we have to talk about, of course, is masturbation because that is a big topic with a lot of people and a very confusing topic. So specifically, we're going to talk about masturbation, erectile dysfunction, condom erectile dysfunction, and partner erectile dysfunction. You may not have heard of those before. So we're going to break those down. So once again, if you like what you hear, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and let me go ahead and break this down till it cannot be broken anymore. All right, let's talk about the masturbation part. Of course, we have to go back in history just a little bit so we get a picture of where we are right now. Because when I was a kid, it was like you had to wait for the Sears catalog and go through it and look at the bra section. But then it was on to, you had the Playboy magazines and your Black Tail magazine. Oh yeah. And, from there, it went to the VCR and the VHS. You had to go to the store and you had to buy it, and the store always smelled for some strange reason. And from there, it went on to, CDs and DVDs. And then it got to the internet where you had to download it. And it took like forever to download a movie clip. And nowadays, we've gone to streaming, whereas before you had to pay for the internet for the site. Now you have aggregate sites like Pornhub, which has like tons of all these videos all over the place constantly. And the thing to remember is that the internet was driven by sex. So 1 in 7 searches was conducted to look for porn. And you have to think about it. Pornhub is just as large as Netflix. So that tells you how important, how much people are into porn and into masturbation. And that's because it's natural. It's a normal part of being alive. I mean, think about it. Our greatest entertainment set is right between our legs, right in the middle of our bodies. So our purpose in life isn't, getting a job, blah, 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 it's to procreate. And so this is going to take up a lot of our time and energy, and porn and masturbation just makes everything very convenient. When I say masturbation is natural, 90% of men and 80% of women have said they masturbated at some point in their life. And just to be clear, masturbation does not cause blindness or hairy palms. I'm not sure where that came from. So, masturbation is normal and it does not cause ED. Those are two separate issues. Masturbation, well, it's natural and everything. Erectile dysfunction, there's something wrong. In order to masturbate, unless you're doing something different, you need to have an erection. With erectile dysfunction, of course, your penis isn't working correctly, so masturbating becomes much more difficult. There are a few issues with masturbation and what it can lead to. For one, masturbation can lead to erectile dysfunction in the form of guilt. If you're feeling really guilty about masturbating, you may somehow assign that to your partner, and then you're having issues with that. One of the main issues that you have to work through in terms of masturbation is that you're pleasing yourself. So you know how it feels. You get used to your own touch. And not only that, if you're combining that with looking at porn, you're desensitizing. Just like if you're looking at a lot of violence on videos, if you see violence in real life, well, you're not as sensitized to it. So if you're constantly seeing women doing all types of things that is not reasonable, doesn't occur in real life, then when you get with a real person, then you're going to have issues because you're desensitized. And we're going to talk about how to correct that issue. And let's be clear, you masturbate because you want to have sex. So, that's what we're here for. We're here to procreate. We're supposed to have sex. So masturbation is a natural process. Don't feel guilty about it. It's just something that happens with life. What are the good sides of masturbation other than making you feel good? Well, you get better sleep, reduce stress and tension, fewer headaches, improved concentration, increased self-esteem, youthful appearance, and better fitness. Now, I wasn't a part of that study that they came up with these things in, but I do concur that does happen. So why does that happen? Well, because the same thing happens when you have sex. Masturbation is just having sex by yourself. All right, let's talk about erectile dysfunction. Once again, erectile dysfunction is when you cannot get or maintain an erection. So you can't masturbate yourself into erectile dysfunction. That's like saying you go to the gym, lift weights, and you become weaker. was like, what type of exercises are you doing? What actually does cause erectile dysfunction? It's a long list of things, but we're talking about high or low blood pressure, excessive alcohol or tobacco use, high cholesterol, obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and a lot of medication can cause erectile dysfunction. Now, I'm not going to go into all the different things that you can do for erectile dysfunction, but it does come down to the things that your mother said, such as go outside and play, eat your fruits and vegetables, and go to sleep on time. Everything else that we teach on the different videos, please look for those. It's just really a subset of those. So let's talk about condom erectile dysfunction right quick. Condom erectile dysfunction is basically you have no problem getting an erection, except when you put the condom on, it goes down. And there's a reason for that. And that's basically you're taking the most sensitive part of your body and you're putting a plastic bag on it. Yeah, it's a balloon. You put it on, and I understand, yes, there's reasons for condoms, get all that. But the issue is that if you're having an issue with the condoms, you have to deal with that. It's not an erectile dysfunction issue. It's dealing with a piece of plastic on your Johnson. It doesn't feel as good. So the thing to do with that is to make sure you get the right size, make sure you get the right type of lubrication, and communicate with your partner. Let her know that, hey, when I put the condoms on, this is happening. So at least the both of you know what's going on and you can figure out a solution from there. So let's talk about partner erectile dysfunction solutions. So partner erectile dysfunction is, like I said before, you have no problems getting an erection, but once you're with your partner, now it's like, oh, I'm not getting up. And masturbation can contribute to this because, like I said before, it's desensitizing you. So how can you take care of that situation? Well, undesensitize yourself. How do you undesensitize yourself? You do that by basically cutting back on the porn. If you know that you're going to have sex on Saturday, stop looking at porn by Wednesday. I mean, hopefully the idea is that your sexuality, your arrangement, your situation will get to the point where you're having more sex than you need to worry about masturbating. And so you won't have those issues. And so one of the other things you need to do to re-engage your brain, I'm not going to go into the reward center and the dopamine and hypothalamus, all the different things, basically to get from being desensitized to sensitized, do a lot of foreplay. Do as much foreplay as possible. Foreplay is for men, gets the testosterone up. A lot of good things happens with that. You could try something like Nuru Massage. Nuru, N-U-R-U, massage, where basically, it's an adult slip and slide. I'll leave a link down below. You can check it out yourself, because the whole purpose of sensitizing yourself is to remember that the best sex is when you're in the present. You and this other human being is in the present. There's a lot of energy that comes out of that, and it feels great. So if you're thinking about, these different sex scenes in your mind, you're taking away from that great feeling that you can share with this other person. And as I said before, just go ahead and experiment with condoms. One other thing you could do is actually wear socks. I don't mention this enough, but it's a blood flow and circulation issue. You want that blood flow to stay in your erogenous zones when you're having sex, so that supplies more blood for a stronger erection. And of course, the biggies of making sure you don't run into issues with your partner right before sex is do not drink a lot of alcohol. Don't drink any alcohol, actually. Avoid sugars and do not eat a heavy meal. These three things will disrupt your whole body's process of trying to draw energy to the center of your body so you can have good sex. So to wrap this all up, like I said before, masturbation is natural, it is normal, and it does not cause erectile dysfunction. There is a difference between erectile dysfunction and partner erectile dysfunction. Make sure you understand those differences so that you're not attributing one to the other. You just need to do specific things for partner erectile dysfunction. And those specific things are, of course, cut back on the masturbation, cut back on the porn, and use as much foreplay as possible. Here's a question for the day. Has masturbation interfered with your sex life? Let's be honest, let's just share a little bit, because, there may be some other ways that you can get over this that I may not have mentioned, but hopefully we can find some answers in the comment section. I don't know everything. Come on now. So as always, leave comments, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I appreciate you and watching this video. Check out the other videos so you can get some more information. And this is Uncle B saying peace out.